This is Harbour by Scott Almes, published by Tasty Minstrel Games, in which the players are ambitious entrepreneurs in the busy port of Goulsbottom. In the game they must collect and exchange goods, manipulate the market, and purchase as many buildings in the harbour as possible. The player who has the most valuable buildings at the end of the game wins. And there is also a solo mode, which is on this card here. And as it has rules on the back, which you might need to refer to, it's as well to have another card underneath to put the dummy player's goods on, otherwise they might go flying. So you can choose a character. You can either choose a generic vanilla character, which are the wharfs, or you can choose one with special abilities, and the game comes with absolutely loads of special cards like these that you can use instead. But I'm just going to use a vanilla card here. You have your buildings deck. These are all the buildings that you can might be able to buy from, and the ones that are available currently are in this strip here. Now you have one building for each player at +3 is the amount that you have available currently. This is the market. It tells you how valuable the different goods are, and that's decided at random at the beginning of the game, and it gives you what you can get for the appropriate amount of goods. So if you have 5 fish or more, you can get $5 for that when you ship them. If you have 4 wood, you can get $4 for that when you ship it. And when you ship it, it goes back to the start, and all the other goods are pushed up in value. So what you do on your turn, when you've decided what 3 goods you want to start with, the dummy player starts with 1 of each one. You go to one of these buildings and you must do the action on the building as much as possible. So if I go to the woodworker's hut and I spend 1 wood, I will get 1 fish, 1 stone and 1 cattle. So I get 1 fish, 1 stone, 1 cattle. That's my action for that building. And on the dummy player's turn, they go to the leftmost building and try to use the action as much as they can. But there are criteria on the back which tells you exactly how the dummy player acts. And the action on this building, for instance, is to pay 3 of any goods type, and you get 2 of 2 different goods types, but he's only got 1 of everything at the moment, so he can't really do that. So when he can't do something, he gets an extra 1 of every good type. So basically you keep on doing that until you've built up enough goods in order to be able to afford to buy a building. And say if I had 5 fish and 4 wood, for instance, that would give me a potential value of $9 here. So I could buy something $9 or less. So if I wanted to buy the woodworker's hut, if I on my turn move back here or onto a card where it says I could buy a building, then I can do that, and I spend the fish and the wood, so they go back to the beginning here in order, and I take this building, that's now mine, and I spend my goods that I've just used. And once you have 4 buildings, or the dummy player has 4 buildings, then you tot up the total points and see who wins. Basically, it's a nice little light solo game, and there's quite a bit of pressure as the dummy starts building up their buildings, or their tableau of buildings that they've bought, because you're racing against them all the time, and they're going to keep building up their goods. When they come across this icon here or there, they're going to try and buy a building every turn, and they just keep going round each turn and doing the action as much as they can according to their rules. And you are trying to keep pace with them or push ahead of them and get 4 buildings first, and making sure that you're value of points is looking more healthy than theirs. So there are plenty of variety of characters and loads of buildings that you can buy that will crop up during the game. And the artwork is nice and cartoony and fun, very colourful. A game that doesn't take itself very seriously at all. And a neat little solo time filler.